So most mornings I have to pop my hip back into its socket. Usually both hips. My right hip for sure. My left hip just depending on if it's giving me a hard time. And with that, my hips are back in the socket. That is unfortunately part of the hypermobility EDS. So that can be a bit of a challenge when it comes to getting moving in the morning. Because if I can't get my hip back in the socket, or if it pinches a nerve when it goes back in, all of the fun things that can happen when you go to pop it back in. I've got a system now. I pretty much am able to just clunk, clunk, and we're good. But I mean, not comfortable. It's not exactly a fun feeling. It feels good once it goes back in the hip because it's no longer subluxing those the joints and the tendons. Because basically what happens is let me see if I can hold this on my legs. There. Okay. So basically what happens is my hip, my hip is in the ball socket like this, right? So most people when you're walking around, if this is your foot, you're walking, your hip goes like this, it's in that ball joint. What happens with mine is when I'm sleeping, these ligaments loosen. So it disconnects. And so then it kind of ruds on the outside of the hip and ball socket. And so when it's partly pulled out of the socket, in the morning, it's what's called sublux. So it's against the socket here, and I have to pull my leg down and push it back in. So I literally have to pull my hip and let it go clunk back in. And that's what that popping noise, that's what that lovely popping noise is. When it goes ka-thunk, that's my hip joint. Is quite literally my leg going back into the socket. So it's beautiful outside right now. Anyway, so I'm just resting. I am finishing up my rest extravaganza from COVID. I haven't had too bad of symptoms other than stuffy nose and the memory loss was bad. Lasted for a few days. And I think that's just related to the brain injury and having COVID. I don't think that's a normal symptom for people who have COVID or who get it. When you have a TBI, because this virus is such a neurological disease, it's it really quacks with your inner ability to be able to function. I'm glad this fluff was here. She lays with me. Hi, Fluffus. How's you sleeping? Oh. How's you sleep?
Ah,